وباختصار كرة القدم الأسترالية. هو الكونغورو الذي جعل أستراليا تعشق كرة القدم. هو النجم الوحيد الذي تفوق شهرته لاعبي الكريكت والرجبي هناك في الأراضي البعيدة. اسمه يحيلك على نجاحات الأصفر الذهبي، ويحيلك أيضاً على بعض أحزان الكرة العربية التي سببها تألقه مع منتخب بلاده. جاء إلى الدوحة ضيفاً على افتتاح استاد الوكرة المونديالي الجديد، وهو الشخصية المونديالية بامتياز.
كما كل الظواهر الطبيعية التي نراها مرة كل نصف قرن، كان ترى قمرا في النهار أو خسوفا كاملا أو غيرها. برز تيم كاهيل نجما لكرة القدم في سماء تغطي أراضي الرجبي والكريكت والأنفال الشاسعة في أستراليا. ولد تيم في مدينة سيدني الأسترالية من أب من أصول إيرلندية وأم أصلها من جزر الساموا في جنوب المحيط الهادئ بين الولايات المتحدة وأستراليا، حتى أن الشقيق الأكبر لتيم كريستوفر كاهيل لعب لمنتخب ساموا، كما بدأ تيم مسيرته مع المنتخب ذاته. نشأ تيم في بيئة منتمية بالكامل لرياضة الريغبي، الرياضة الشعبية الأولى في أستراليا، وللعائلة 3 نجوم في منتخب نيوزيلندا، لكنه كان مولعا بكرة القدم منذ الصغر. بدأ ممارستها في المدارس بمختلف درجاتها حتى وصل نادي سيدني، ومعه صعد إلى الفريق الأول. وفي سن 18 اتخذ تيم القرار الصعب الذي وضعه على باب النجومية. طلب من والديه التوجه إلى إنجلترا لاحتراف كرة القدم، بل أنه اقترض من والده $10,000 لتحقيق حلمه على أن يسدده لاحقا. في إنجلترا وقع لنادي ميلويل في الدرجة الثانية قادما من سيدني دون أي مقابل مادي. هناك بدأت موهبته في البروز. أهل الفريق للعب نهائي كأس الدرجة الثانية فخسر من ويغن أتلتيكس، ثم حقق لقب دوري الدرجة الثانية برقم قياسي في عدد النقاط سنة 2001. ثم كان نجم فريق ميلويل المتأهل إلى نهائي الإف إيه كاب. تألق خطف به تيم كاهيل الأضواء، فرحل عن الفريق بعد 249 مباراة خلال 7 مواسم ليتجه لنادي إيفرتون بقيمة €2.5 مليون، أين أصبح العلامة المسجلة للفريق. هناك قضى 8 مواسم بالتمام والكمال، أبرز ما فيها نهائي إف إيه كاب سنة 2009. عن سن 33 عاما قرر كاهيل ترك الدوري الإنجليزي باتجاه الولايات المتحدة، أين لعب لنيويورك ريد بولز 3 مواسم، أبرز ما فيها التتويج بالMLS سبورتس شيلد سنة 2013. وإثر مونديال البرازيل بموسم واحد بدأ تيم كاهيل تجوال الختام. اتجه إلى الصين لاعبا مع كل من شينخوا ثم جرين تاون، ومنهما عاد إلى ملبورن الأسترالية، وهناك توج بلقب الدوري قبل أن يرد الجميل لنادي ميلويل الإنجليزي ويعود إليه في ختام مسيرته. لكن الاعتزال جاء في الدوري الهندي مع نادي جمشيدبور. أما عن تتويجات الرجل الفردية فلا تسأل، فرجل جمع 22 تتويجا، أبرزها أنه كان مرشحا للكرة الذهبية في 2006 ولجائزة بوشكاش في 2014 عن هدفه ضد هولندا في مونديال البرازيل. بالحديث عن المنتخب، يبقى تيم كاهيل علامة مسجلة بألوان الكنغر، فالرجل الملقب بالفتى الذهبي للكرة الأسترالية تمكن من تمثيل منتخب السوكيروس 108 مباريات، محققا 50 هدفا، أبرزها 5 أهداف مونديالية وجميعها أرقام قياسية أسترالية. كاهيل لعب في 4 مونديالات من ألمانيا إلى روسيا، وهو بذلك أفضل من يتحدث عن المونديال المقبل في قطر، ولذلك كان هنا بيننا بين النجوم الذين شاركوا احتفالات افتتاح ملعب الجنوب في الوكرة، ولذلك ينزل ضيفنا اليوم ليحدثنا عن قصة نجاحه من المونديال إلى المونديال، ليفصل الحديث عن تحدي قطر، وليكشف عن حلمه الجديد أن يصبح مدربا كبيرا في كرة القدم. أهلا بالفتى الذهبي لكرة أستراليا، أهلا بالأوسي فايتر، أهلا تيم كاهيل.
Tim Cahill's Australia's Golden Boy, thank you for accepting our invitation. It's a pleasure to welcome you here to the state of Qatar.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Tim, I believe this is not your first visit to the country. What changes have you seen in Qatar, airport, infrastructure, stadiums, everything?
For me, I've been very fortunate to travel to Qatar over 10 years ago. Being in the Asian group, being someone that's played against a lot of the Asian teams, I used to come here to Aspire for recovery treatment when I was Everton playing in the Premier League. One of the most professional setups I've ever seen. The facilities, the doctors, the physios. And I feel the country's evolved on and off the park. And I'm saying off the park with the infrastructure, the airport, you know, it used to be, you know, a lot of sand, a few buildings, and also the football was just starting to progress. You know, you were hearing noises of teams and new pitches and new stadiums, but I feel the involvement now has been the vision of the people to make this country beautiful and amazing and try and bring it up to a standard of what it deserves to be on par with other nations. So I love it. I love it because they've always been very respectful to me. You know, over the years coming here, I play against Qatar a lot.
You have lots of memories here.
Beautiful memories. You know, sometimes, you know, scoring the goals against Qatar, but still, for me, it's helped me to develop as a footballer, to come and train, to stay fit, to have a great climate, because England, it's cold, and to respect the country that's, you know, always invited me back for big events and things like that. So, and on the park, it's always improving, and that's all you can ask for from a nation, for the facilities and also for the football. So I've witnessed a lot over the 10 years plus of the growth of the game and also of the city, and it's an absolute pleasure to see how far they've come.
Going to the football perspective, and as you are aware, Qatar is hosting the World Cup in 2022. Based on your experience yesterday visiting Al Wakra Stadium, one of the venues for the World Cup, what was your initial thoughts when you approached the stadium?
If we take it back to Switzerland, when Qatar went for the bid, I was there. So I witnessed when Qatar won the bid. I was there to congratulate them. I was there with Australia. And when the presentation come up, literally everyone in the room was like, wow.
Shocked.
The technology, the portfolio, the legacy program with the stadiums, what they're going to do after to be able to be, you know, picked up and moved, you know, partial bits of the stadium, and people were like, is this real? Okay, so to see the involvement of that and to be sitting where I was yesterday and to walk on the pitch was, when Qatar say they're going to deliver amazing, then if you get to witness it from the start, 10 years to now, it was a proud moment for me as a footballer, now just being retired, to seeing the old El Khalifa, then Al Wakra and all this.
You went live yesterday on Instagram.
Of course, how can you not? This, I felt like I was at a World Cup stadium. I felt like...
the design, the layout,
the design,
the atmosphere.
The air conditioning. So when you say there's going to be air conditioning in a stadium, how many years ago? To deliver this, it was actually quite cold. The climate was we were talking, you know, amongst the players, you know, Fernando Hierro was in the front, Ronald de Boer, Ruud Gullit,
Samuel Eto'o,
Roberto Carlos, yeah, and we're talking about, wow, you know, it's a bit chilly, but the most important thing first is the football pitch. It was amazing to touch and feel. The second thing is the fans' interaction, to how close they are to the pitch and the atmosphere. And the third is the quality. So they should be very proud to be the first stadium that they've delivered, and for us as international players and ambassadors for world football, it was a pleasure to be here and to see from the bid to now how amazing it was.
Tim Cahill, born in Sydney in a rugby league playing family, what motivated you as a child to play football and not rugby?
My mum's from Samoan heritage, so that's where the rugby comes from. My father's from England, big football background, and my physique is not the strongest for a rugby player, but
Is it true you used to cry?
For sure, if you play against my cousins that are Samoan, they're all, double the size. But I have a big heart. I have a big heart, so even when I play football, I'll run through a brick wall for my country and for my team. And this is something that I've always been internationally and domestically is fearless. And I feel football has always given me the strength to support my family because of the long journey that they supported with me. Being 16, my parents got a loan for me to travel to England to follow my dreams and for me to chase
Big
it. So,
sacrifice.
yeah, massive. And 39 years old today, I still chasing my dreams. And you watch yesterday the story of Qatar, and they're showing the divers and the pearls and the way the country's evolved and continued. It was a beautiful story to tell kids and inspire others to chase their dreams.
Nothing is impossible.
Yeah, and that for me is now, I'm chasing my next dream. And whether that's coaching or being an ambassador of football.
Is there a coach in your heart?
Well, maybe in the future, but at the moment, I'm enjoying TV.
Australia?
I think more internationally. Yeah, more internationally would be something that will suit me.
In 1997, Tim, you asked your parents to allow you to travel to England to play professionally. Why England? Why not Spain? Why not Italy?
I think the Premier League for me is the best league in the world. The best league, the most competitive, the most watched. I love Serie A, I love La Liga, I love many leagues, but this is something for me that when you see the top clubs and the players, I just wanted a chance to be professional.
In 1998, your debut was for Millwall, a game in which you lost 2-1. What memories do you still have?
Probably the best memories, because this is what your parents sacrificed for you with getting the loan at such a young kid to support me in travelling there. And the memory was that just walking on the pitch
That game.
with a jersey of the club, wearing the badge. And I had opportunities at first when I signed at Millwall to sign for a Premier League club. And I chose to stay in the second division and repay the faith that they showed in me for giving me the trial and to work my way up to the top. So it was an amazing memory.
How did the move to Everton happen, and was that exactly the turning point in your career?
The move happened, after many clubs every year, Premier League clubs trying to sign me, we got very close in the playoffs to nearly securing a chance to get to the final for the Premier League. And it was time that I moved on. I'd played over 250 games and scored a lot of goals, and I did as much as I could for that football club. But I'd met a few top clubs, and I think it was when I met David Moyes and the chairman, Bill Kenwright, who are still very close friends of mine now. And it suited me. I had some top players I was going to play, and I never looked back because I like to have a good understanding with people. I like to feel safe. I like to know that my family's taken care of. And I want nothing else other than me to be somewhere with a good atmosphere that my family life and my football life can flourish. So it was the perfect decision because Everton was struggling, that season. And they signed me. 2 days later, sold Wayne Rooney to Manchester United. And that season, we finished fourth.
Tim, you played in the most competitive league in the world and against some of the best. How easy was it for you to move and play in the United States, in Australia, in China, and in India?
I've always made tactical moves in my career for the bigger picture. I was 32 years old when I decided to leave Everton. I didn't go to another Premier League club. They asked me, and I said no. And when I went to New York Red Bulls, it was part of a big organisation. Thierry Henry was there at the time, Rafa Marquez, soon after Juninho Pernambucano. So you went at a time when there was David Beckham, Thierry Henry. I knew Landon Donovan, who's a big marquee player. I played with him at Everton. I wanted to experience the commercial, the lifestyle for my wife and my kids. And I wanted to enjoy football and life, but more importantly, I wanted to play in another World Cup. And what had happened at the time, I got to another World Cup, Brazil, which was one of the, got some amazing memories from that World Cup. And then we won the Asian Cup in Australia, and then I decided to go to China. And people were saying, don't go to China. I went there when I was 35. I went there to understand the football, understand the culture. Yes, massive contracts, big money, but also a massive continent in the world where Asia is dominating a big part of football with the growth.
Tim Cahill, otherwise known as Australia's Golden Boy or the Aussie Fighter, 50 goals and 107 appearances for the Socceroos is some achievement. Do you feel complete?
Being retired, I feel relaxed. I feel content.
Complete.
Complete, you're never complete. Never. You're never satisfied as a footballer because you always want more. You talk about a national team, you want more goals, you want more achievements. You talk about domestic, and I feel complete that I got to go experience the world. I forgot to mention India, another big continent.
At 38.
At 38.
Yeah, this is
so important for my portfolio, for business, for commercial, for understanding the game globally. And never complete. You can never say complete as a footballer if you want more. And that's why now, off the park, I look for completion. I look to be involved in football and more projects outside of the game.
Tim Cahill, 4 World Cups, 2006, 2010, 2014, and Russia 2018. You have scored 45% of Australia's goals. However, you were 1 goal short of scoring in 4 different editions or 4 different World Cups, which would have put you alongside Klose, Sila, and the famous Pelé. How does it feel to be so close, yet so far from these great names?
I feel it. It's a privilege.
Is it painful?
No, it's a privilege. To be a footballer from Asia, to be an ambassador of this continent, side of the world, that confederation, it's hope for any player striving to play in 1 World Cup. I was lucky enough to score 5 goals in 3 World Cups. Your dream as a player is to be a professional first. Your second dream is to represent your country. And your third is to sit on the bench in a World Cup, let alone walk on the pitch. So I feel privileged and I feel content and relaxed about my career and something that is amazing. So to have the opportunity as an Australian to score in the 4th World Cup. Okay, the 4th World Cup I played 25 minutes and I had 3 chances and I'll never forget them. Great save, all this sort of stuff. But it's now that you realise what you've achieved in your career when you get to sit with players like Roberto Carlos and Hierro and Cafu and all these players here in Qatar to enjoy the Amir Cup or to work with FIFA. This is when you appreciate those moments. So it's a privilege to do what I've done.
In 2022, where do you see yourself?
Where do I
Australia's
see
manager?
myself? No, probably not Australia's manager. I see myself involved in international football. I see myself, I'll be well progressed on coaching, but I will have a part to play in some sort of form in this 2022 World Cup, because witnessing what's happening in Qatar with the country, with this World Cup and what's coming, it's hard not to want to be a part of it. So it's great to be here. It's also great to see, but now I'm enjoying TV. I'll have my A license coming, but I will be a coach in some shape or form in the coming years, and hopefully it'll be a part of this World Cup.
2015, as the host nation, Australia won the Asian Cup after extra time against South Korea. 2019, Australia reached and lost the quarter-final against host nation UAE. What happened?
I feel Australia's in a transition. For me, retiring after the last World Cup it was the right time. New manager, younger players, a different regime.
Exactly. As you know, Qatar won the tournament. Did you expect Felix Sanchez and his squad to win this tournament, honestly? Did you expect that?
No, I didn't expect them to win, and that's being honest. But this is what Qatar needed. This is sort of like the birth of the nation, for people to stand up and witness all the efforts that they've put in over the last 10, 15 years. Their performances for Asian Cups, their run-in. But, you know, when I went to give back the trophy in the first game back to the tournament, it was sad, but then I couldn't be happier giving it to Qatar, because, you know, it's one thing to win a World Cup, but then there's another thing to win the Asian Cup. It's such a massive tournament. And it is like winning a World Cup for Australia. It is like winning a World Cup. It should be like for Qatar. Because for us, to win silverware for your country is so difficult. And to get the respect that you deserve. So this is what they needed. They deserved it. And they should embrace it and now kick on and look for an amazing run-in now, because they've got another big tournament to go to.
Yes, exactly. Tim, Qatar's golden boy, Al-Mu'azz Ali, finished the tournament as top scorer, as you know, breaking Ali Daei's record with 9 goals. How do you see the future of the most valuable player in Asia, and do you think he has a chance to play outside Qatar?
I think the benefit for Qatar and the players is they get to stay together and they get to play against each other and play in the same team, which has been highly beneficial for the Asian Cup. Does he have the ability to play higher? Of course. But it needs one player to break the mould. It needs one player to say, you know what, I'm going to go overseas, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to come out of my comfort zone, because Qatar is a beautiful place to live. Why would you leave if you have great facilities, great contract, a beautiful life, and playing in a great league? So it needs one player to say, I'm going to do it. And hopefully more will follow. And if it doesn't work out, they always have a home to come back to. So this is the way I would see it for the players. But I understand also why they stay is because they're together. They get to train together, they get to play, and they get the benefits of that, which is highly unusual. But he's an exceptional player and a big talent for the country.
Tim, now we finish up with our curious test. A round of quick questions, and I want quick answers from you.
I'll try.
Your favorite club?
Everton.
A club you wanted to play for but never played for?
Barcelona.
Best footballing memory?
Scoring in a World Cup.
Best international goal? The volley.
The volley
Against
against Netherlands. Yeah, but there's a lot there too.
Best current attacking midfielder in the world?
Oh, was he attacking or was he a midfielder? I like De Bruyne, Hazard.
Best coach you played with?
I played with as a coach. I'd have to say David Moyes. Gus Hiddink wasn't bad too.
Best coach in the world right now?
Pep Guardiola.
Toughest opponent as a player?
Roy Keane.
Toughest opponent as a club?
Liverpool.
Champions League final winner?
Tottenham.
European League final winner?
Chelsea.
If you were to compare yourself with a player, who would it be?
Oh, that's not fair. I'm not going to say that. That's for someone else to say.
You have a nickname of Aussie Fighter. Why?
Because I'm a warrior. I'll put my body on the line for my country and club.
Age, it's just a number.
100%. Do I look 39?
Was leaving Everton the toughest thing you ever had to do?
Yes and no.
How does it feel when people call you the best Australian player of all time?
Humbling.
In 2006, you were nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Did you think you had a chance of winning it?
No.
Who deserves to win the Ballon d'Or this year?
The reason why I say Ronaldo, and I know people won't agree, is because what he's done in Juventus. He left Barcelona. Real Madrid. He left Real Madrid and went there and made such a massive impact on another league. I've never seen a player do it in Man United, Madrid for so many years. And I know he didn't win the Champions League, but he has such an impact in any club. If you can take players and put them somewhere, and at his age, I know people won't agree, I just appreciate his professionalism.
Tim, your 50th goal for Australia came against Syria. Did you feel bad about crashing their World Cup dream?
Yes, of course. I felt bad, but you know, the Syrian people respect me because they understand I was doing it for 24 million Australians. But they also accept it because of my humbleness after the game when we won.
Tim Cahill, thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Thank you so much for your honesty. It has been a pleasure. And good luck in your journey.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure as well. Thank you.
Thank you.